And a wonderful Tuesday to you. Mike here, The Fresh Rinse, in a rare glimpse of the Fresh Rinse compound. Hey, I want to show you something. I want to show you opportunity 2 of 3 today. This home is located in Mason, Ohio. Most of you know, excuse me, that I do not do in-person estimates, or rarely do an in-person estimate. Most everything is done either over the phone or online. This gentleman sent a text saying this home needs to be washed and asked if I could do it today. So I obliged. I've yet to talk to him on the phone. In fact, all he said was, name your price. And so it's likely that I'll not see him today. I imagine these kind of people work for a living. I wanted to show you this because I want to show you how I quote jobs and how I look at a job. I do this almost with every house wash. I take a look at it online so I can kind of get an idea of the scope of the work. I think I can get everything on this house without a ladder, with the exception of 3 trick shots. This one here, here's a trick shot. This little covey area that's going to no doubt have debris that will be washed down onto the deck area. I'll have to remove that. But I think I access this area from right over here in the driveway. So I think I will have a ladder placement here, climb up the roof there with my equipment, my wand, of course, and then wash this area and this area above the balcony. My second trick shot is right here, this area, and I think my access point there is right here. So I'll put a ladder in the mulch bed here, climb up the roof here, and wash this area. Then my third trick shot is right here. I think this will be the toughest one because I'll put my ladder in the mulch bed here and have to climb this steep roof. Now, it is steep. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like from a street view. Here we go. So you can see this area here. I will have to put a ladder here, climb up this steep part of the roof, and then shoot that area right there. Now, I know some of you would say, oh, Fresh, no one is going to know. Those homeowners are never going to get up here. They're not going to climb up here and check out to see if you washed or not. I'm confident in that. But we quote for a full house wash, so we're going to wash the full house. Full house, that'd be a great television program. So interesting wash here. And something else interesting real quickly. 2 houses down, I washed this one 3 years ago. Excuse me, 5 years ago. I washed this house 5 years ago. In fact, I have a snapshot. I'll show that to you. This is one of my first rigs with my little Chevy Colorado and single axle 5x8 trailer. This home took about 3 hours, if I remember correctly. And so there were no ladder placements, by the way. I'm going to say 4 hours for this house wash today. And if I beat the clock, great, because I still have one more wash after this one. So yeah, should be interesting. And yeah, I'm going to price this, or I'm going to tell you how I price this as I go. Basically, I'm going to wash the house, kind of gauge the difficulty meter on this one, and then give them a price. Yeah, that's how I do it. All right, Mike, don't go anywhere. All right, here we are on location. Should be fun. I'm concerned. My initial idea of placing a ladder right here, I don't think will work. It's too steep for the Fresh. I just can't do that, and won't do that. It's a lot steeper than it looks. So, however, I think I found another location. So I think that I can put my ladder right here on the deck and either climb up there or access that without actually climbing on the roof. And I'm going to have to address this area from the driveway. As I said, kind of scope that out. I can climb that little valley there with no problem. So, and then that I may also be able to get ladder placement number 3 from that driveway access. So we shall see. Okay, here's what I have decided. I've decided to put my ladder right here. See if I can't shoot it all from this standpoint. This is a composite deck, of course, super slick. So I've tied it here, plus I have the bull horns that are semi-resting right there. And as I see it, it's not coming out. Yep, I am able to get everything from this ladder placement. This entire, what would be the west end of the house, gets lots of sun as well. I'm very grateful for that. All right, to speed up the process of this wash here, in particular on these ledges, I am just spraying straight SH from a pump sprayer. If I had a gas-powered roof pump, I could just change the toxicity in or the potency and take care of all of that. But as of yet, I can't afford anything like that. So maybe the day's coming. These $99 house washes are breaking me, to be honest with you. And speaking of time, my GPS en route from my first opportunity to this opportunity said that I would be here at 10:45 this morning. I did manage to talk to the homeowner for about 10 minutes. We're just going to say starting time was 11 o'clock. I mentioned earlier that I would be discussing some as to how I price a job of this scale or any job that is out of the norm. For instance, a few months ago when I washed that community, what I call it a community wash, all those monuments, neighborhood entrances, and so forth. What I do is consider my time that it would normally take for me to wash a 2-story home. I know about how long it's going to take me. And let's just suppose it takes about an hour to wash a 2-story home, and I charge so much for that, X amount of dollars. And if this takes me 2 hours or 10 hours, I just multiply it by that number. And then I will adjust the price a little bit. Notice my terminology, adjustment. Whenever I'm talking to a customer about the increase of a price, I never say increase. I always say the price will be adjusted accordingly. I think it just sounds better. So I will consider a few things for adjustment. For instance, there's a lot of landscaping here that has to be watered. There are also a few risks that are involved in this house that are not involved in a typical 2-story. Namely, that one section above the balcony that is going to threaten life and limb. That has to be accounted for, and the homeowner is always more than willing to pay for that. Okay, here is what I think is my last ladder placement. I will climb the ladder here, scooch over the roof, get to the balcony area, clean that, and I think if I can scale this correctly, I can get to that front section above the garage on the other side without a third ladder placement. So we'll see. The operative word today is FlowPro. I could not imagine doing this job without a FlowPro. FlowPro.solutions. All right, that's where I just was. My ladder is over there. I'm gonna scooch down here and then down there and clean that wall that is kind of hidden from the backside of the garage. It was Joe Deary who recommended that I go this route. I will never listen to Joe again. I could have very easily put up a ladder right there and shot all of that. I'm like Facebook, Joe Deary is like MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Like totally different level. I'm playing chess, he's playing Candyland. So actually today I think I'm playing Candyland. This is ridiculous. Come on, Joe. All right, we are done. This was opportunity 2 of 3 on the day here in Mason, Ohio. We need to check our time. I started at 11 o'clock and it is, we'll call that 2 o'clock. So 3 hours. 3 hours and 2 hours, 50 minutes, if you want to be precise. And all is well. The homeowner was very pleased. Told him I would just send him an invoice. I'll go home, I'll think about it, pray about it, fast between meals, that kind of thing. And we'll shoot him a price. Hey, I hope this was a help to you in some way. If you enjoy this kind of video, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell tab if you'd like to be alerted to future videos. Always leave a comment and send your questions my way. If I can help, I'm glad to do it. All right, Mike, the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.